Hello. I meant to make this video probably back in 2017, but better late than never, I guess. Anyways, my name is WowItsCharles, and I play Splattershot Jr. a lot. I used to play a lot. We'll get into that later. But yes, while I'm not the best junior player ever, I am at least the best one in my house, I think. Seriously though, when I did play, I had high powers for X rank and was one of the top contenders for top X rank players with the Splattershot Jr., according to the Splatnut app. I was consistently at or nearing top 500, with my highest power being 2614, so I definitely know what I'm talking about when it comes to this weapon. However, because of my dedication to the weapon, it is certain that someone out there associates Splattershot Jr. with WowItsCharles. I've pretty much only used this weapon in Splatoon. Why do I use it over many other weapons in the game? The answer is simple. I loaded up Splatoon on the Wii U the day it came out, and I just played. I didn't waste any time messing around with the shop to buy more weapons, I didn't touch a single player mode for a while, I just went into Turf War and played. After a little while, the ranked mode came out featuring only Splat zones, and hey, it turns out it's just like Turf War, but smaller. So the Splattershot Jr. was still the perfect fit for me. I grinded ranked pretty much non-stop as much as I could, and before long I was A+ 99, the highest rank in the game at the time. Now other modes came out and the Splattershot Jr. was not very good on them. For example, on tower control, using Bubbler on some maps was just asking you to be pushed off, usually into water, and on Rainmaker it just did not have the popping power for the Rainmaker shield that you needed, and having the Bubbler be on a use it or lose it condition when you pick up the Rainmaker was not ideal. So I picked other weapons for those modes. In Splatoon 2, however, I think the Splattershot Jr. is good on all modes, although it still excels mostly in Splat zones. Just recently, as of patch 4.9.0 at the end of June 2019, Splattershot Jr. started to become meta somehow. 4 years of me playing the weapon, and it finally was getting the attention it deserved. There was only one problem. This was around the time that my passion for the game was dying down. There are a couple of reasons for this, the biggest one being solo ranked was awful to play in and to take seriously. But perhaps I'll get into that in a later video. Since then, I've played in the final Splatfest and a handful of times with friends in private battles or league battles, but I've had a very long break from the game for the most part. For the rest of this video, I want to try to teach you as many tips and tricks as I can about the Splattershot Jr. in just a few minutes. First off, let's discuss gear, because my opinion on it is short and sweet. My advice for what gear and abilities to use with Junior is to just not worry about it at all. The weapon is a jack of all trades and can benefit from pretty much anything you throw on it. I encourage you to use whatever gear you have, make note of how much you think it impacts and helps your playstyle, then switch it up after an hour or so and see if it is better or worse. That being said, there are some popular abilities many Junior players use, which include Special Charge Up, Ink Saver Sub, Swim Speed Up, and Ink Recovery Up. Those seem to be the most popular. But for the most part, don't worry about it. You will improve as a player more by learning the game and getting better at the core mechanics, than just by using slightly better abilities by far. Next, let's discuss the main weapon itself, the Splat Bomb. No, I didn't misspeak, the Splat Bomb in my opinion is really the star of the show when it comes to playing the Splattershot Jr. There are many reasons for this, but the biggest one is that it allows the Junior to pressure areas on the map that the weapon itself cannot reach. Another benefit of Splat Bombs is the Junior has a larger ink tank. Introduced in patch 3.2.0 on July 13, 2018, makes it so that the Junior has more ink available to shoot with after throwing a bomb, which is rather strong. The last thing I want to note is that the Splat Bomb improves the Junior's skirmishing power at short to medium range. Because of its widespread accuracy, it can be hard to land all the shots you need to splat an opponent up close before they get you. When timed and placed right, a bomb can add the extra damage you need to secure a splat and let you live when it could have been a trade otherwise. And for the Junior special, it's Ink Armor. There isn't a lot to say here, but I'll mention a few things. Because of the activation time between you pressing your special and you actually getting Ink Armor, you want to make sure that you start in a safe spot if you plan on approaching an enemy right away with it. Otherwise, you'll give the opponent time to splat you for free. Finally, I hope everyone knows this, but I'll say it anyway. Using your special refills your ink tank, which allows you to throw a Splat Bomb right before you're using your Ink Armor without any penalty. This trick, paired with Ink Saver Sub, can allow you to make your own little bomb rush and throw out up to 4 Splat Bombs in a row. With the Junior, one important thing to learn is just how it paints. It makes an outward trapezoidal shape for the painting spread. One important thing to note is that it paints further than it hits. This means that even though you can paint this far, you cannot fight this far. The best way I like to paint efficiently with the Junior is to aim slightly above the horizon and slowly pan the camera left to right. This allows full turf coverage wherever you're walking. Remember to swim in between shooting to both increase the speed at which you move around the map and to also refill the ink you just used. Also, it's nice to throw out Splat Bombs to paint areas further away from you to collect some extra special charge meter. Movement on the Junior is quite rudimentary in my opinion. You are a very quick weapon, able to paint very quickly and move around in your own paint. Some other weapons just can't do this and won't keep up. Because of the Junior's short range and large shot RNG, you want to try to close the gap between you and an enemy. It's difficult to do this from medium to long range if they see you coming, but if you're already close to them, you might as well get next to them and guarantee your shots to land. One advanced tip here is to learn how to splatter dash. You can do this by holding down your fire button, looking downwards, and pressing your swim button while also moving in any direction, changing your angle with the gyro controls. It looks something like this. Matchups for the Junior are quite polarizing. While you do have a huge range disadvantage to pretty much every weapon in the game, you're also one of the top close range skirmishers in the game. Some weapons I constantly find hard to beat are the Octobrush, any Splatling, and pretty much all buckets. You will go even with most other shooters and blasters depending on the range discrepancy between you, and also depending on who gets the first shots in. But for the most part, there is a way to outplay all weapons. Most of the time it requires you to be semi-close to them, and swim around them by about 90 degrees to shoot them from an unexpected angle. If you're far away, remember you also have Splat Bombs to pressure enemies who have a range advantage. These are all my tips without going into too much detail and wasting your time with 1% scenarios. Hopefully you learned something about the Splattershot Jr, and if you play the weapon enough, perhaps you can be the best Splattershot Jr player in Splatoon. If you don't play the Splattershot Jr, please do not use this information I gave away in this video against me now that you know some of my secrets. If you want, please follow my Twitch at twitch.tv/WowItsCharles, as I very much enjoy streaming. If you're wanting to watch Animal Crossing New Horizons, I will 100% be playing that live over there. I'd like to make more YouTube videos in the future, whether it's on Splatoon, Animal Crossing, when that comes out, or some other thing. Please let me know what content you'd like to see and also what I can improve on from this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my Twitch stream or on a future video. Bye!